Hi everyone, my name is Justin Hutto, and in this episode of Race Life, my journey to top fuel continues. If you don't know who I am, I'm a 21-year-old NHRA drag racer with 11 years of racing experience under my belt. As you may can tell by this background, I'm also a college student here at the University of Houston. In this episode of Race Life, you'll see a snapshot of my racing career from the end of last season. This episode is special because it shows a huge milestone on my journey to top fuel. You see, this race was my first race ever in the NHRA Comp Eliminator class while driving the dragster at almost 190 miles per hour. To kick off this episode, I wrapped off my responsibilities as a key account manager at the Sales Excellence Institute here at the University of Houston. And after that,
come back on another Southwest flight. Let us make it up to you, because usually we're on time or we're early. So come back and see us. And have a good night. Drive safely.
So for those of you joining us this morning at D3 TV, it is Thursday, wherever you might be. And if you're between the hours of 8 and 5, you're probably supposed to be working. But to everybody around the country on D3 TV, welcome. Thunder on the Plains, 4 days in Great Bend, Kansas. Comp Eliminator. Going to roll in next, Justin Hutto, 20 years young. A very bright and upcoming driver and student out of Spring, Texas. Justin has won some national competition on how to promote his racing opportunity. He has now earned a seat at the wheel of this B Dragster automatic over on the right-hand side. John Kyler's A Dragster automatic. John had problems in the opening round, did not get down track. Top Sportsman, you should be in the lanes. APD Top Sportsman cars. If you're not in the lanes yet, you are very, very late. Tyler's got problems again. This one goes through 707 at 186 miles an hour. So the 707 lap by Justin, 38 under the index, puts him in the number 13 spot now. Justin moving up a notch on the field.
nice.
Don't you shoot on the wing?
Round 2 of qualifying was great. That was my first full run in that car. Everything was nice and smooth, and overall it was just a huge confidence booster for me as a driver. Now, we weren't blistering fast on that run. We expected to be a little bit faster than that, but we also knew that coming into this race we weren't going to be number 1 qualifier. All of the stuff had quite a few runs on it, so beyond going rounds and qualifying well, our main priority was for me to finish my licensing runs and also just get some seat time and get more comfortable in the car. That doesn't mean, though, that I wasn't going to do everything in my power to win the race.
Right now she sits number 11, been 44 under with an 860 lap. 707 by Justin, his best run of the two down the racetrack. David Rampy should be taking on Justin Hutto. Again, a situation where the driver coming off a good run in St. Louis last weekend, David Rampy. It is a fiberglass or carbon fibered bodied 32 Bantam Roadster. And Rampy picked up race win number 99 in his career on the national event level with this car a week ago. Over in St. Louis, Justin Hutto out of Spring, Texas, over on the right-hand side. Those of you that are here student-wise might want to find Justin over in the pit area. Very bright young man, willing to work with everybody. Justin giving David Rampy a tussle. Hutto at the top end, gonna cruise through, but a red light start on this end negated everything. Rampy's win line already on as David goes 8:56 at 113 miles an hour. Justin gonna give him a good run down the racetrack, but left the starting line 4 thousandths of a second too soon and gave the win automatically to David Rampy. You have to wait for your side of the track to be green as well.
In first round, we ended up spinning the tires again, but more importantly, I red lit. The night before, in the morning of first round, I made dozens of practice street hits on the spot that I made for myself. So I had a pretty good idea of what waiting 600ths of a second felt like. But in the moment against one of the best drivers in the world, I missed it by just a few thousandths of a second. Naturally, it didn't feel good, but this race was a rare doubleheader race weekend, so I had the chance to redeem myself for the next couple of days. So for the rest of Friday, I glued myself to the practice street so I could throw up some green lights in race 2.
Chad Bogus, 781, 161 miles an hour as he was cruising down that right-hand wall on the O'Reilly side. Clark Smiley and Justin Hutto. Justin at the B Dragster automatic cockpit. 400 cubic inch mouse motor from the 20-year-old youngster out of Texas. Finally got a little out of the groove, shuts it off to a 920 at 103, 730. Justin Hutto at 185 miles an hour. Justin into the number 3 spot.
Make it all the way?
No, it's shut.
Doug Kionos, Lucas Oil, Chevy Cobalt should be here in the left lane. Had some problems last night in qualifying, came in contact with the left-hand wall. Not able to answer the bell, so young Justin Hutto, who just completed his licensing laps in the last week for the B Dragster Automatic Comp Eliminator license. It's a buy run, a competition buy run into round number 2. Justin Hutto, Spring, Texas-based runner. Cruising on through 720 at 156 miles an hour. Justin will be back for round number 2.
All right. 1615. Fuel, please.
Stuck right there.
You're right. You're stuck right on that one. Let's go, brother.
Round number 2. Comp Eliminator. Terry Teasel rolls in the I-car. Rankin. Pontiac GXP. Terry, 896. Here comes Justin Hutto. B-Dragster automatic for the kid out of Texas. Oh, just missed. 704 by Justin at 186 miles an hour. 844 Terry Teasel.
In second round, we ended up getting beat, so that's a wrap for this episode of Race Life. This episode serves as an example, though, of what can happen when you don't give up on your dreams. Just a few months before this race, I was trying to figure out how to rent a Super Comp dragster and had no idea that I'd end up racing in Comp. So whatever your dream is, do not give up on it, because you never know what opportunities may come up as you go.